What's up, my festive peeps? This is Kat, aka Kakibot, and I am bringing you yet another video from Christmassy Edinburgh. You probably know that this is one of the big seasons for this city, but we made quite a big video about this season last year, check it out here, and this year I thought we would just make a little update because some things kind of changed around, some things kind of moved around, and it would be good for both of you who are planning to visit and you who can't visit but like to imagine you are visiting. Let's explore! We just got out of the main Christmas market on the east end of Princess Gardens, which is kind of where you would normally get it, right? But there were, for quite a long time, there were talks that we wouldn't get this traditional look of Christmas markets this year in Edinburgh at all, because usually when the Christmas markets are over, the gardens look horrible, essentially, and locals get angry. So Underbelly, who was organizing them before, kind of had to step out. I think that the council just kicked them out, they ended their contract, and Assembly, which is a different organizer of festivals that also comes over for the Fringe, just stepped in. And I was kind of hoping that it would be different from how it usually is. I gotta say that like one thing that I'm noticing is that every year you get slightly more of like local sellers, especially when it comes to like goods like buying Christmas gifts. There's a couple of like arts and crafts makers and cocktail geeks are at the markets this year, and they were there last year as well. Same. I'm not sure if last year the queues were this big. I think that this is the first year after all the lockdowns that's like kind of like back to normal. So you could see what a humongous queue we had to go through to actually get into the markets. And yeah, I tried to take some shots for you, but I was quite happy to leave. Anyway, now we're on the other side of Princess Gardens. This is the west end of them, and this is kind of like the more kid-friendly, family-friendly, winter wonderlandy area with a lot of rides, and you know, you can grab some coffees. Mimi's Bakehouse has a little kiosk here where you can get a Christmassy hot chocolate. So that's, I think, overall a slightly more pleasant experience. Yeah, so we're gonna have a look around here and then maybe have a look at the ice rink, which is at the end of George Street, as always. So that was our little preview of what the Christmas season is like this year, 2022 in Edinburgh. As you can see, it's kind of healthily picking up post-COVID. There's plenty of decorations around town. I think that like the main sort of council decor is definitely up. A lot of businesses are also decorated. As you can see behind me, it's the Johnny Walker house. Sorry, that was distracting. Anyway, Johnny Walker is playing some nice tunes and also has nice Christmassy lights on. The actual people's houses are not quite decorated just yet. It is still November as we are shooting this, because usually all of the Christmas stuff in Edinburgh starts around what in the rest of the world would be basically like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that sort of weekend. So it is now like 28th or something, and as you can tell, it's quite Christmassy. If you're coming later in December, what I would recommend is checking out some of the smaller independent businesses, because obviously they haven't had the best of times in the past 2 years, and they will definitely not have the best of times looking into the next 2 years. British economy is kind of in shambles. So if you're in Edinburgh and you want to support what makes Edinburgh Edinburgh, I would really recommend popping into some of those smaller coffee shops. They will definitely have some amazing Christmassy flavors on offer, you know, Christmas coffees, Christmas hot chocolates, homemade mince pies. I know for sure that like places like 12 Triangles or Hata will be doing Christmassy things. So yeah, wherever you pop in, I'm pretty sure in the 3 weeks running up to actual Christmas, there will be plenty to choose from. One thing that I didn't mention is that one extra thing that you can do this year is the Castle of Light. And for £20, you can come into the castle and enjoy all of those beautiful like light displays and music. I think it's mostly for kids, but what's good is that if you don't pay those £20, you can still be in the courtyard and watch and listen to quite a lot of it. And I think it's a fun thing to photograph and enjoy. They have some food trucks there, you can get a hot bevy and yeah, have a nice festive time. Alrighty, let me know in the comments below if there are any small businesses in Edinburgh that you know are doing Christmassy things and you would like other people watching this to support them, because I think that's the best way of supporting our community here in Edinburgh. And yeah, if you're curious about more Christmassy things, I'm gonna try and post them on my Instagram on either Kakibot or Kakiblog. Kakibot is more of an illustration place. Kakiblog is more of the photography and Edinburgh lifestyle spot for me. So yeah, check me out there. Also, if you're looking for some Christmassy gifts, I do have an Etsy store. It's freshly restocked with all sorts of beautiful pins, and now I also have some washi tapes. So yeah, head on over and support this channel by buying some Christmas gifts from me. Hopefully you enjoyed this little jaunt around Christmassy or pre-Christmassy Edinburgh, and I shall see you soon. Bye.